This is Wendy Fox
and Samantha Kuhn
from Albany, New York, coming to you with our top 10 Geekin highlights of 2020. Number 10, listening to trip reports.
9, rescheduling Disney trips again.
8, discovering Disney again post-COVID.
7, stressing over Rise of the Resistance boarding groups and the famous Glen Kessler instructional video.
6, phones constantly dinging with Geekin messenger groups.
5, Kevin's great podcast t-shirt debate.
4, Zoom happy hour and planning meetings.
3, sneaky Geekin surprises.
2, geek meetups in and outside of the park. And number 1, being part of the whole Geekin family. Happy New Year, geeks!
Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here. Welcome to episode 376 of the Geekin on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, Glen Kessler finishes up his trip report, including strange margaritas, lounges, lots of lounges, and Geekin family secrets on scoring big points on Toy Story Mania. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Over 6 years ago, I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay. We started talking about our Disney World trips, and we brought on other Disney geeks to tell their trip stories. And I've just been amazed with our listeners who are so positive, caring, and generous. We like to keep a family atmosphere here. They started calling me their podfather, and I continue to bring you on the listeners. We like to call them our geeks to tell their Disney World stories. And over the years, we've built some amazing relationships with our listeners. They continue to come on the show and tell their stories. Come over to our private Facebook group where we gather on a daily basis. You'll get answers to your questions. You'll see lots of things going on. All our geeks are down in the parks almost every single week. And we'd love for you to join our Geekin family. We're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. And I got Mama and Auntie Judy coming on now to carry on with their tips with the travel and tiaras and wish you a happy new year. Well, it's time for the New Year's. Happy New Year's travel and tiaras. Let's bring them on. Hello, travel and tiaras.
Hello. And Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, Happy New Year coming up to everybody. 2021.
Yeah, let's get rid of this year. Are you ready to move on?
Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Sweep it under the rug. Throw it out with the trash. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you.
Well, Auntie Judy, I got a new pod mic, a microphone that matches my Rodecaster Pro. It's called the Pod Mic from Rode. I'm excited. This is the first time I'm using it. What did you get for Christmas?
I got a new iPad from Ken. I got beautiful Minnie Mouse earrings from Lisa and Matthew. And Ben and April gave me a gorgeous Small World Mickey ear Christmas tree ornament.
All right. You did good.
You put a picture of that, didn't you? Oh, and then I got a 2020 Mickey ornament too. So yeah, it was good.
How'd you do, Mama?
Nice. Very good. It was very fun. I got an iRoomba for to pick up the animal hair. So hopefully, I haven't tested it yet. Hopefully that'll work well. We'll see. You know how technology works with me most of the time.
I think the only Disney World thing you got was a Pandora charm.
I got a Pandora charm. Yes, I got Baby Yoda, otherwise known as Grogu. So, yep, he's really cute. Oh, here's a funny story. I bought Ken, the baby Grogu that moves. Yeah. And Ken bought me baby Grogu. And I started to open mine, and then I shoved his at him. We opened them together. So we had two. So my daughter-in-law, April, says, I'll take just one of those. So yeah, I don't have one. You got to spread the wealth. So now she has one. Yeah. Perfect. That's cool. So we thought alike. I think a lot of geeks got Grogu for Christmas this year.
So, yeah. He's so
Yay. He is cute.
What did I get you, Mama?
What did you get me? He got me some Sony headphones that go over the ears, which I like because I have a real problem with what do they call AirPods or anything that goes inside your ear. My ear holes are so small that nothing goes in them. They just pop right out.
And they're noise canceling, so when you go on the plane, you won't hear the plane.
Okay.
She
Or
likes-
I won't hear Curtis. I could sit there at night and I won't have to hear him too.
Right. You'll hear you like to watch TV on your iPad when you fly Southwest.
Yeah.
So that'll work out really well. Well, I got a couple questions for you. Then we're going to get some tips. We'll wish everyone a happy new year. This one is from our private Facebook group, I believe is where I found it. I found it earlier this week. Jenna Lynn Presley. Hello, Jenna.
Hello, Jenna.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
So she's making last minute plans to Disney World for a trip in February, which might be during G3. I'm not sure.
Oh, Jenna.
No, I don't think she's going. I think she's going the week before. She said she was going to be there early in February.
She says, on all my previous trips, we did the dining plans, so I made the most of table service, doing character meals, but they won't be doing that this year.
Nope.
She wants to do table service once a day. She's asking for advice on food. Well, you come to the right place. We talk food all the time, as you know, Jenna. This is a great question. What's the best food, but for a cheaper price? So some of those bargain table service places. So they're staying at the Yacht Club, that's awesome, Jenna.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't take it as being table service. I thought it was just good food for a cheap price.
All right. What do you got?
Well, I think the Pecos Bill salad bar is a really good bargain for your money in the Magic Kingdom.
What are they doing with the salad bar now?
Well, I think you can ask them and they'll load it up for you. I don't think you can choose it, but I think Pecos Bill is a good choice for your money.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Because do you think they don't have the salad bar open, Judy? Do you think
They don't, but I'm sure you can get it and tell them what you tell them, and they'll make it for you, I would think.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have somebody test that out and see. Yeah. That's a good point. I keep forgetting that all these little weird things are going on now because of the pandemic, that you can't serve yourself type of thing anymore.
Serving yourself.
Yeah.
Well, Mom and I will give you a couple. I got some table service. Maybe you can think of one while we go. Mom, you got a good best food for cheap price?
Well, you know what? She said she's staying at the Yacht Club. And we've eaten at the Ale and Compass. I don't know if it's open to pandemic time, but that is a nice sit down right in your resort. And I thought it was very reasonable to go in there and have a meal. And they had nice selection. A lot of it is, seafood-ish based, but that's a great little place.
She wanted to stay under $30 per entree. I think that would do it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking, Boardwalk's a great place. I think you could get away at ESPN or La Trattoria Al Forno. I thought that was very reasonably priced. Any of the Italian places, Mama Melrose is a good one. A couple over at Epcot, I was thinking Via Napoli for pizza is one.
Right. You can get a huge pizza there. We've done it a couple of times and split it with 4 people.
And I'm not sure about the price, but I was thinking, I didn't mention this during her Facebook post because I did respond there, but La Hacienda at Mexican Pavilion, I believe, is open also.
Okay, Ale and Compass is open, and the meals run between 15 to 35.
So you might get away there. Okay.
There's beaches.
Yeah, and basic, you can get a burger there if kids are kind of fussy or picky.
Yeah. Beaches and Cream, same price range.
Yeah, Beaches and Cream is absolutely a great, because you get burgers.
Yeah, it's a must do if you can get there. Yeah.
Even the Big River Grill.
It's not open. I'm looking at the list right now of what's open.
All right.
What else is open here that's in there? Chef Art Smith is good at Disney Springs. That's in that price range.
Absolutely. That's a good one down to Disney Springs.
Here's one, Chefs de France.
For lunch?
Oh, yeah, we've done that for lunch. They used to have a price fix meal there that was nice. You get 3 courses.
Coral Reef is open.
Can you get away with under $30 there? though?
Yeah, it's 35.
All right. It's close.
I'm looking at them. What else here? I'm just looking here. The Grand Floridian Cafe is another really good one for 35.
Yeah, I think you could get away there. That's, again, one of our hidden gems. There you go for a couple of those. That's good, guys.
Yeah, so there's some good ones. Jungle Navigation, Skipper Canteen.
Yeah.
Kona Cafe is another good one.
Absolutely.
Right. A little more exotic, but
Judy's scanning all of Disney World right now with the little dollar signs.
Thing to do, you can go in and you can scan down. You'll see right now which restaurants are open, and it gives you a price range so that you don't want to go to Narcoossee's that can go up to $60 a person.
Right.
But it shows you. Even Olivia's over at Old Key West, it says up to $34.99 a person.
Yeah, look for the ones with the $2 signs instead of $3 signs.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. I got a question for you. I was just scanning around. I think I got an email from somewhere, and I was like, I wonder if I can get some content out of this email. And I don't think this was the exact thing they were saying. They were giving some tips, but made me think of something because they were showing a picture of one of the restaurants. But I wonder if you guys can give me the best seating and view at Disney World for a restaurant. Can you think of 3 places where you go to eat? It's a good restaurant and you get a nice view or nice seating, something you like about the atmosphere there. Okay,
Yeah.
Judy, so you're saying this is easy.
Well, how about the California Grill?
Well, yeah.
You can either watch the sunset now, or you could watch the fireworks if they ever start up again. You can have an early meal around sunset, or you could book a later one once the fireworks start up and sit and you have an amazing view.
Well, that was Mr. Obvious, right?
Yeah, that was Mr.
Yeah.
Good one. Mom?
Well, I wasn't just thinking only sit-down places. I was thinking of places that we like to go regularly. The Mexico Pavilion, if you can get a table out near the water, is really great. Or if it's cold, now again, it's pandemic time. I don't know if they'll let you go inside, but they've got some beautiful seating with the windows facing the World Showcase Lagoon, which is really nice. I just enjoy that in general. One of the best meals, most fun meals, I should say, we ever had was when we went last February to the Rose and Crown, and we were able to sit outside on the deck and watch the fireworks show. I get a feeling that, the Harmonious show is moving right along at Epcot, so maybe that'll come back soon. If so, and they still do a package like that, I would highly recommend it. The Rose and Crown was really fun.
Yeah. And it is
Food was decent, and it just was really fun.
We bought that for Judy for Christmas last year.
Yeah, it was great. Another one that people don't think of, Ken and I went here for our honeymoon, Cinderella's Royal Table. If you can get a table by the window on the back side, you overlook all of Fantasyland through those windows, and that is a really nice view.
Yeah, I wonder how hard that would be. I mean, that's kind of luck of the draw, though.
Yeah, but that's a good place to go for one that's
very unique. Oh, and speaking of that, what about Columbia Harbor House, our favorite lunch spot upstairs?
Yeah,
where you can overlook Fantasyland from an upstairs window down a little hallway. They have that little room there, a little dining room. That's kind of cool.
I don't like you telling everyone about that one, Mom. That's our secret place.
I know. It's only the geeks, though.
Okay. Only geeks. I love that.
Here's another Captain Obvious. Once it opens, Ohana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By the lake, a window by the lake. Once that place opens, always get it.
I don't know if that's Mr. Obvious, because you got to make sure that you get seated facing the castle. We've only done that maybe once that I can think of.
But you know what, Kurt? There's always, that place has, no matter where you sit, it's a fun experience, isn't it?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we've had many different places to sit, and it's all been great. So yeah, it's a little extra if you get to see the castle, but it really, we've sat in the different rooms, and it's fun everywhere at Ohana's.
Yeah.
I just want to second, Mom, your Epcot, especially Spice Road table, is a fantastic place to sit near the water.
Okay. Yes, yeah, the location is good. Location is good. I guess they're trying to draw people in, so it's no longer even needs a reservation. So there's that.
like a lounge.
It's not crowded either.
Yeah.
Well, the other one I was thinking of, the picture that I saw, so I'm cheating a little bit, but it was not one of my favorite restaurants, but a great, awesome view. And I can find good things like the bread service, but Sanaa, you can see the animals.
Yeah, we've had some fun there. Yeah.
Remember we had some ostrich or something walking by?
Yeah.
Were they laying eggs or
Right
something?
by the window. And he was kind of looking
Sitting
at
on
the
an
window,
egg?
too, watching us. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Awesome. I think those are some great places. Well, of course, I want to do, Auntie Judy say I can go to Topolino. So I'm excited for that one.
I bet that's got a great view from up there too.
We've been hearing that from the geeks. All right. Those are my questions that I wanted to bring to you guys and everybody. Great job. And Judy, you said you've been researching your tip of the week.
It's hard to believe because it's going to be January 1st on Friday.
I know it.
The Epcot Festival of the Arts is starting on Friday, January 8th, and it runs until Monday, February 22nd. So all the geeks that are going to be down there for G3, you will get to be in at the tail end of Festival of the Arts. Festival of the Arts.
Yeah, the last weekend.
Yeah. And there is an amazing app that you can get for your phone. It's called Food and Wine app. And just go to the App Store and you can download it. It is really great. You can pick the festival that's currently running. It shows you the booths, the food booths in ABC order. It gives a description of the food and the drink along with the price. There's a map that shows where those booths are located. Then people rate the food, and so you can see what the ratings are. You can put your own rating in. You can mark it if you've eaten it. You can put notes about what you think. And if the dining plan ever comes back, it shows you which ones are on the dining plan that you can use quick service credits for. But it's a great little app to have on your phone.
Sure is.
Look at it before you go, and you can flag the ones that you think you want to do.
Get familiar with it.
And it's free.
Yep.
Awesome. You wouldn't think about it for that festival. So that's perfect. And I love that festival.
And you can put in, when Flower and Garden starts, and you can say, okay, I want to see Flower and Garden. And it does the same thing for Flower and Garden.
Wow, Judy, you did a good one this week.
Right now, it's still showing Food and Wine that just ended. It hasn't updated to Festival of the Arts yet.
Awesome. It's only the month of February this year, Festival of the Arts.
It's all of January.
Okay.
Into the 22nd of February. So we've always gone earlier in January. That's why we're there for long.
True.
Yeah, we've gone around your birthday, Kurt.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're going to tag in at the end of it.
See our pal Rodell.
Right?
Yeah, I wonder if Rodell will be there.
I'm sure he will
right.
be.
Yeah.
You got to get a hold of him for that Sunday.
Yep.
Shout out to Rodell.
Yeah, shoot him an email.
I chat with him. We chat.
Yeah.
All right, Mama, do you have a tip?
I do. Mine's kind of fun, too. I actually was kind of thinking really hard this morning. Actually, I met up with Judy to go see a little thing at church today. And I found the Play Disney app. Do you guys remember that? Play Disney?
Yes.
You can get that for free, too, on the App Store. You could play at home and earn all kinds of badges with trivia and whatnot. They got little games. If you're going to be down in the park, use it because it is a blast. I used it in Star Wars, The Galaxy's Edge, and I got a ton of badges when I was down there. It's just a fun little great app. And I think people kind of forget that they have it or forget to turn it on when you're down there so you can earn your badges. So that's my tip is go have some fun. Download the Disney Play app, or if you have already downloaded it, just go and play from home.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
Yeah, perfect. Because Glen Kessler is featured this week and last week, and he was talking about that app too. Definitely, you can take advantage of that. It's fun. I know Star Wars. Can you use it in the other areas of the parks?
Oh yeah, they've got a Toy Story section. They've got a Slinky Dog section. They've got the new Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway section, which I have 0 badges over there. Yeah,
and walk through the Maharaja track and all that. You can mark off the animals.
You got to remember to open it up. Yeah, that's the thing.
Great.
Yeah.
So it knows you're in the park and where you're at.
Right.
GPS. Perfect.
It asks you trivia questions that are really hard sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to do if you're waiting in a long line too, So there you go.
I love it. Great job this week, ladies.
Oh, I want to shout out to that bad boy Brian Wall, who's down in the parks again.
Brian, done.
He put pictures of the poly up with a little trivia question on it, which I found interesting. Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, Auntie Judy. What are you doing for New Year's?
A whole lot of nothing. We generally do fondue. We heat up oil and we cut up steak and dip it in the fondue.
Didn't we come over last year?
Yes, you did.
Oh, am I coming over this year?
If you want.
We haven't made plans yet.
And everything, so we'll see how it goes.
That depends on who my family wants. I don't know that my family is coming over, so
I had the week. I have the week off this week, so I'm gonna be hanging out.
Wait a minute, another week? I thought you were off Christmas week.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks off.
Oh,
Almost. I worked Monday last week.
nice.
He's going to be around again, hanging around.
All right. Well, wish everybody Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's,
everybody.
and especially to our clients who have booked with us. Thank you so very much. We love you. Continued blessings for 2021. Hopefully it's a good year for everybody.
It will be. I think it will be a good year for everybody. And if you're in the parks right now, have an amazing time. I know there's a lot of people there, and realize it's going to be crowded, even though Disney's not at 100% capacity. They're busy. And you know what I heard? I read that they're starting to hire back some cast members.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, so that's good.
We need good news for the New Year's. We did New Year's Eve one time at Epcot. I'm afraid of the crowds for New Year's.
2 times, Curtis. 2 times we've been there.
Did we?
We've forgotten. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was a senior moment.
I love it. I love New Year's Eve in Epcot. The craziness, the music, the dancing, it's just a blast.
So yes, Happy New Year from the Geekin family, the Traveling Tiaras. We'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year.
Great job, Mama and Auntie Judy. They did so great there. That was Glenn that gave us that idea to do the traveling tips with the Traveling Tiaras. Glenn has been such an awesome listener, friend, and he's done so much for the podcast. He's got some great tips coming up here on this episode. The second part, if you haven't heard the first part from last week, go check that out. He's going to tell you, though, this week about avocado margaritas and tomato margaritas. Yeah, I guess when he's there by himself, he doesn't do the frozen lime margaritas, but he also enjoys the blue and green milk with a little bit of booze in them. Coronado's lounges. He talks about a bunch of lounges. It's so great to have drinks and snacks at the lounges. And he does a great geek meetup at Three Bridges, which is over at the Coronado Springs. He tells us where you can find the best churros on property. Boy, that's a bold statement. The Kona breakfast, one of our favorites. Always love going over to the Polynesian for a meal. He gives us a bunch of tips on the Daz Pass. His dad took advantage of that. And true to Glen Kessler, he's going to give us some inside secrets. This time for the Toy Story Mania he gets from a cast member. He plays a prank on his mom at Olga's canteen. And hang on after the music. A lot of times I play some bloopers or some extra chit chat that's going on. This week, there's some great extra stories from Glenn talking about his lost bag story, another geek meet, and there's a I love you scene also in the bloopers. Well, as if Glenn hasn't given the geeks enough tips this year, in this part 2 trip report, you'll be able to crush your friends and family with his Toy Story Mania tips and more from his son and father and mother trip to Disney World.
Yeah, I'm sorry to let you down, bro, but to try. Had to try some different margaritas. So when I'm traveling with you, I will get the lime margarita with you. It's bonding time. But when I'm on my own, like a bad kid, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. I had to try in La Cava de Margarita, the avocado margarita again. I had it once before, but as I'm standing in line, I'm looking at all the other options. I said, oh, they've got a horchata, which is very good. I love the horchata. It's like a kind of a milk-based cinnamon flavor thing. So I said, oh, I'm going to get that. And I'm talking with the cast member, and she said, well, we've got this margarita that isn't even on the menu yet. It'll go on the menu maybe this weekend. It's a tomato margarita. I said, tell me more. Well, it's got watermelon, puree is in it. It's got the tequila and then tomato, freshly pureed, like right in front of you. They put the tomatoes in the blender and boom, out it comes. I said, I'm going to have to try that. So it was great. It was so good, so refreshing. I remember the avocado margarita. I think this one's better.
Wow. No, and seriously, the avocado is my second favorite for sure. When I go inside, that's the one I usually get.
Now, I don't know if this is a seasonal offering, if this is something to do with the holidays, if it'll be there in February.
She had you and said it's not on the menu yet.
You know it. You know who I am.
Hey, did you ever...
menu item?
Mom and Judy, those bartenders, at least my experience, are just fantastic. And I didn't realize the tequila and how special, almost like whiskeys, the aging. And if you talk to them, she would go in there, can you teach me how to do margarita or do shots, how to do tequila shots? Like 3 times that we've gone in there, but they do have some expensive tequilas there that are fun to try too, right? Like they age them like whiskeys.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm not an expert on tequila myself either. So now I definitely have something to do when the pandemic is over. Sit down and pound some shots with them
for sipping.
So maybe, yeah, or sipping. Yeah, sure.
This actually, I love tomatoes. I grow them like crazy here. I've never thought to put them in my margaritas though, Glenn.
Me neither. And I was very unsure. I was hopefully relying on the fact that she had recommended it. If it was terrible, I was going to ask for a new drink. But it was not. It was unbelievably good. If any geeks are there ordering it after you hear this, definitely make sure that you get the rimmer, which is very sweet and a little salty as well. I think it's probably strawberry. I don't think it was watermelon or tomato, but it had kind of a strawberry flavor to it. But make sure you get that and drink it, Kurt, no straw, drink it.
That's
out of the side.
Thank you. You agree with me, right?
You've got to, especially if there's a rimmer. Like that's the whole point, right?
Just when I was getting to feel worried about you, you come do that and you totally redeem yourself.
I'm back.
My Dumb and Dumber reference.
I love it. All right, so you want to talk about some lounges now?
Yeah, it's perfect time.
Perfect. All right. So first, I just got to say, man, I love my boozy blue and green milk. So I love those.
I've never had the boozy one.
I've never had the not boozy ones. So.
How are the boozy ones? Maybe that's better.
Boozy ones are great. I want to say the green one is with tequila and the blue one is with rum. That might be the reverse, but they are both amazing. I think they're both very refreshing and very clean tasting. They both have fruity kind of flavors, which is, of course, if you've never had the blue milk, not at all what you would expect. It's not milky at all. And anyway, yeah, they're both great. And I'll grab that and, wander around. During the pandemic, you're not allowed to walk and drink. So you walk, stop, pull over to the side, take a drink. Walk, stop, pull over to the side and have a drink. Okay. But it still functions basically the same way. So I love perusing Galaxy's Edge with a blue milk.
That is a fun place to spend a lot of time doing nothing too.
Yeah, and I did. I played the game for hours on this trip, the Play Parks app. And they've added stuff to it. I don't know. Yeah, Mama, I know, played it last time. I feel like, it's kind of a clumsy game. I don't feel like they ever really give you all the instructions on what to do or how to do it. But I do feel like I unlocked, a lot the last time I was there. But there were so many more things. They've definitely added different adventures and different functions to some of the normal games. There's now kind of like a timer on some of the games that there hadn't been before. I found it was even more enjoyable this time than it had been on previous occasions. So definitely play that game.
I was really impressed how much time you could really spend in Galaxy's Edge, Glenn. I mean, now with the Rise of the Resistance and Olga's and the shopping, and did they have little stage shows going on at all?
They did, actually, and I was concerned that there would be no characters, that Chewie and Rey and my girl Vi Marati would not be there. I love me some Vi Marati. You guys got to read that or listen to the Star Wars Black Spire Outpost book and learn all about Vi and the backstory of the land. But they were all there. They were up on stage. That stage that is it's two tiers, not the X-wing fighter that's over at the side, although Rey was there once or twice, but the stage where sometimes you'll see the stormtroopers up there. Yeah. They were all up there talking, interacting, carrying on conversations with the guests. It was great. Now, I would just sometimes sit there and watch Chewie and Rey, mostly Rey, talking and interacting with the characters. Tried to get my parents over to watch, and they're just like, "What is that? I don't understand who those people are." They haven't watched any of the 3 movies that have come out recently, so they don't understand who that lady is. And Chewie, they know, but he doesn't carry on a conversation so well.
I thought we were talking about drinks.
I thought we were too. Well,
what happened?
That's what happens. You start drinking that blue milk. You don't know where it's going to lead you. Let's go back to Coronado, because Coronado has got 2 great places for drinks.
Okay.
Top of the tower is the Dahlia Lounge, and I am kicking myself for waiting until my final day to go up to the lounge up top there, because I would have been there every night if I not only do you get beautiful views, it had the same view I did, same side of the resort, so you can see out to Galaxy's Edge and Blizzard Beach, but the food and the drinks were both outstanding, and especially the food stuck out to me. It's served just like Toledo, which is across the hall. Toledo being closed now, so you can't get your tapas over there, but they had plenty of tapas at Dahlia Lounge. We got the jalapeno croquettes, which were unbelievably tasty by themselves, and then there was a sauce that you could dip into it as well, which added even a little bit more heat, a little more jalapeno heat to it. That sauce was so good. I was dipping everything I could find into it. I was dipping shrimp into it. I was dipping bread into it. It was just really good. And then we got something called shrimp peel, P-I-L. And no, it is not peel and eat shrimp. It was in a kind of a slightly spicy tomato based, but a little bit acidic kind of a sauce. I wasn't as big a fan of this sauce, but the shrimp itself in the sauce was great. So I would definitely recommend that. And then paprika chips, which doesn't sound like much. It's just some potato chips, house-made potato chips, incredibly thin, incredibly crispy, and with paprika all over them. This was a surprise, and it was so good. I would definitely get that every time I would go. Even if I was just getting drinks, I would get the chips, and that would be a nice kind of thing to just snack on while you're enjoying the views and enjoying your conversation with friends, family.
Another big thing I love are the homemade chips. That's one of my connoisseur things. Yeah, I would be all over that.
Yeah, you would love it. And that one also had a sauce that came with it too. Really, the sauces were just outstanding. And I don't know if that's something that is particular to tapas. We've got a lot of tapas restaurants here. I'm from Washington, D.C. area, and we have Jose Andres, who, is the founder of Jaleo and all of those many different concepts that he's got. So we've been going to Jaleo for 20 years, and their sauces are really, kind of what make a lot of those little tapas meals. So something to dip in or something that's flavored.
Sauces, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. This is a big win. And the drinks were outstanding there too. Got a Manhattan that was great. Everyone had different things. It's just a very, very good vibe, great energy up there.
Awesome.
And then go back down to ground level or water level is Three Bridges, where we had our geek meet with Carl, Jeff, Wendy, and her friend Noreen, new geek. And she was wonderful, by the way, Noreen. I know you just recorded with her, so that might have been last week's podcast if we're in the timeline.
Should be. Yes, you're correct.
Hopefully everyone had a chance to meet Noreen.
I was really jealous about, I got another bone to pick with you. Mom told me, hey, I got to tell you, Glenn's going to go live with Wendy, Carl, and Jeff, and at 9:00. And, my bedtime is around 9:00. So I had to I had to stay up, Glenn, and I watched with one eye open until about 9:30, and I gave up. I said,
I'm sorry.
But on the other hand, I'm like, I bet they're having such a great time that they forgot all about me.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was always a very tenuous, we'll try to do it at 9 kind of a thing, because that was the first day that I was meeting my parents. We had to go to Disney Springs to get our dinner at 7. We also had to sign my father up for the DAS pass, which I'll talk a bit about later. That ended up not turning out to be true, that you can't do it at Disney Springs. Anyway, so I had all these things over at Disney Springs, and I was hoping to get back to Coronado by 9. So we had a very loose arrangement. We'll try to make it. Turned out, Kurt, that we didn't even all get onto Three Bridges, into the Three Bridges until closer to 9:30. Right. And at that point, we were just meeting and sitting down. So we wouldn't have even been in a position to call, to be organized enough to call until 10.
I'm just teasing you, but was it electric? I don't think you
would have wanted that one.
Was it electric? Was it like a G3 meetup?
It was good. I mean, it was really exciting. I ran into Wendy, and it very much like G3. I ran into Wendy before we got to Three Bridges. Yeah. So these dance meetups, found her outside of the Rick's Lounge, and my parents were still with us at that point. I was sending them off to bed, and I was going to go out and meet the geeks. So Wendy and Noreen got to meet my folks, which was cool.
Oh, okay.
And so then the three of us walked to the Three Bridges, and on the bridge we see Jeff McCartney there. He actually identified us. I didn't know what to look for, so he saw us coming together. I think Wendy had her shirt on, her Geekin shirt, and so he pulled us out. And then we all went and sat at a table. Carl came a little bit later. I can't remember. His daughter didn't come. I know she was on the trip with him, but she had to do something. So it was just the 5 of us at that point. It was great. We had good drinks, and then Carl won the game. He ordered the churros, and I don't know why he did, but I'm very thankful that he did. These are the best churros anywhere, like not on property, like anywhere in life.
How is that? Why?
They were freshly deep fried. The outside was super crunchy, like maxed out on the flavor, the cinnamon and everything like that. And then on the inside, it was creamy. I think it might have actually been stuffed with something. It was so creamy, like a cookies and cream type flavor. They were the best churros. I've had the legendary churros at Disneyland, where they say that they're the best. No, these destroyed those churros. Guys, if you're a churros fan, you got to get your way over to Coronado and get those. They come out fresh out of the hopper. I mean, I'm sure they're actually deep fried seconds before you're eating them at Three Bridges, and I'm sure they're not doing that. They're just reheating them at any of those kiosks at Disneyland or Disney World. This was a home run. It had a nice chocolate sauce with it too. So thank you, Carl, for ordering.
Sounds like they're competing with the little treat over at the the
beignets.
The beignets, yes.
Yeah, over at Port Orleans, French Quarter. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I hadn't heard a lot of scuttlebutt about the churros, but I am starting a movement now, that you gotta make that pilgrimage over to get those churros. You will not be disappointed.
Easier to dip. Now, I this is one of those places I missed. I should have been there, and I haven't been, and I've been hearing a lot about it. So I'm glad you guys.
Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, like, why on earth would you go to Coronado?
Yeah, it's out of the way.
Go to Coronado. It's out of the way. And they only have bus transportation, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, it's a great option. I did not get to eat any of their little meals and tapas and things like that they have there. I was living vicariously through Jen Galambos, who'd gotten a nice cheesy bowl. Oh, it looked so good. So I've got to go back there again. As well. I'll definitely be staying at Coronado again, I'm sure.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, Glenn. The only thing I see on your list that we didn't cover was the Kona Cafe breakfast, the famous Tonga toast, right?
Yeah, the Tonga toast. My mother got the Tonga toast, and it's a brick. I don't know. I was saying with someone else on the Facebook page, like, I don't know how I missed the shape or size or style of the Tonga toast. I thought it was layered or something. I don't know what I thought it was, but it is a brick. It comes out as a cube. It's like it's bigger than a Rubik's Cube, and it's just a a doughy outside, and then on the inside, they've got tucked in the bananas. The sauce, again, to talk about sauce, the strawberry compote that you pour on top really makes the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But I'll tell you, I think I won the lottery here on what I ordered. It was not a regular menu item. There was just 2 specials they were doing, and one of them was biscuits and gravy. Now, that's not normally something I would like to do, but when she said that the biscuits had bacon and jalapenos mixed into the dough, I said, well, I got to try that. And it was unbelievably good. It was savory. It was not a sweet thing.
Yeah.
It was savory, and it was delicious, absolutely in the same vein as some of those slow cooked meats that we were talking about earlier. Nice. So if that continues to be a thing, guys, the biscuits and the gravy, I would recommend that even above. I mean, you got to do the Tonga toast, right? I've never had Tonga toast, never seen it.
It's got bananas in it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, the bananas are in the core. That's the thing kind of hidden inside of the brick. It's a lot of food. I mean, it's a brick.
Yes, it's big. Oh my gosh, Glenn, did we cover all the food and wine and lounges?
That's probably all the major things. I will say that, as I was heading out of town, I stopped at Chicken Guy, and Chicken Guy, you've heard about it. Maybe it's one of the very inexpensive, quick options available on Disney property. This is Guy Fieri's, super quick fast food type thing that's in the base of the Planet Hollywood building. And I've heard about their sauces and that the food was good. It was like $7 for 3 chicken tenders and some fries and a drink. Not bad. And then you get 2 sauces. And I'm in love with this place now. I'm definitely going back. I got fried pickles as my side instead of the French fries. They were great.
Wow.
Had that typical cornmeal breading on it. And then, my favorite sauce was curry mayo. Curry mayonnaise was so good.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they've got 30 different sauces you can dip and try. And so this can become a quest. You can collect all of the sauces and try them out. But a great quick option. I was in and out in 5 minutes. I had to wolf it down. I'll get to this story later when we talk about maybe some great cast member interactions. But I was running late to get to the airport as per usual, trying to squeeze every minute at Disney. And so I had to find a place to eat quickly, and that brought me to Chicken Guy, and I am not unhappy with that.
I am so glad to hear that. I am a fan of his show that I watch on the Food Channel, and I knew about that place and like chicken places, so that's awesome. Glad to hear that. I haven't heard that on the podcast at this point. All right, I think
locals like that place, but we haven't talked about him.
All right. So what did you do for the first time on this trip, Glenn?
Well, I would say the most important thing to probably talk about doing for the first time is the DAS Pass. That's the Disability Access Service for my father who needed it. And in case folks don't know, and I want to give a huge thank you to Tony Ann, who was private messaging me and really walking me through what it is, how it works, how do you get it. And it ended up being a game changer for our entire trip, for my father's enjoyment of the trip, and for my enjoyment and my mother's enjoyment. So long story short, if you have an inability to stand in lines, a medical reason or something like that, that you cannot stand in the lines, then you can go and get a DAS Pass. You get it at, and this is a correction from the sensei, from Tony. You cannot get it set up at Disney Springs, but any other guest relations at a park, you can have it set up. And what it is ostensibly, it's a fast pass that you kind of get for the ride. The way that it works is you would go up to the ride itself. There is a cast member there who's specifically charged with giving out the fast pass, as it would, the DAS Pass, fast pass kind of thing. And then the same one who would then accept you back so if a line is 60 minutes long, when you get there, you still actually have to wait 60 minutes before you can go on the ride, but you do not have to spend that 60 minutes standing in the line. You simply come back 60 minutes later or 50, whatever it is, they give you time. And then you tell them, okay, I'm back to redeem my pass. And then you go to ostensibly the front of the line or a separate disability entrance, which might actually be the fast pass entrance at many of the rides. This was a lifesaver. My father, of course, he's in a scooter, so some of the stamina issues were relieved, but he has a few needs, where he would need to use a restroom more regularly than 60 minutes. So we would not have been able to do any rides in excess of maybe 15, 20 minutes of a line if not for this.
So we did have Tony Ann on the show, and I asked her this question. So you're getting a bonus.
Tip.
You're getting Tony Ann's review in real time, or after someone has tried her tips.
Yeah, and it changed things. So, and I'll give you a little pixie dust moment as well. Our first interaction, when we were at Hollywood Studios, we arrived there super early. We were right there at rope drop, and we had wanted to go on Mickey and Minnie's, be in that first group of people to go on Mickey and Minnie's. Yeah. But because of some of the issues with my father's needs, we didn't actually get there until 10 minutes after the park opened. At that point, Mickey and Minnie was already at 65 minutes, something like that. Yeah. So we said, might as well, instead of standing in that crazy line, let's just go get the DAS pass, set up now. It's 9:15 or whatever, and let's go do it. The cast member could not have been kinder setting us up, wanted to make my dad's stay special. So she said, normally the way that it works is, what I just said. She said, but I put you to the front of the line right now. You can go on Mickey and Minnie's right now. Head over there right now and start your trip off right. And what a blessing to kind of get it going. So at 9:25, we were already on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway using that first DAS pass, that special DAS pass.
Seems like your dad's got away with cast members.
Yeah, he's a cutie. He's got that good smile and honest eyes.
Nice.
So that was a really nice little piece of pixie dust to start off our DAS pass, and it really did make it so that he could go on rides. And so what we would do is we would get on a DAS pass a list, and then we would go on a shorter ride that he could do, or we just sit and relax or eat or something like that, and then we would go back on the ride. That's awesome. And it allowed us to do a normal amount of rides. We weren't able to. It wasn't like Kessler Run. We we're diminished speeds already, of course, but it was a good experience. And I should say, and I know Tony Ann probably said all this, on the cast as well, but you don't only have to get your DAS passes at the ride itself. They have guest experience cast members all around the park. So they wear blue shirts, and I learned black pants because there are plenty of blue shirts, tan pants. But blue shirts, black pants means that it's a guest experience cast member, and they can all set up the DAS pass as well. And at Hollywood Studios, the park where we used it the most anyway, there were 5 different stations all around the park where you could take advantage of that. So we never were very far from being able to queue up for another ride. It was a great experience, and I'm so glad that Disney continues to offer experiences like that. Otherwise, we'd have ridden 1 ride, 2 rides. It would not have been a good experience for my dad.
I love it. Well, I'm loving this too. I understand this is the first time you rode Smuggler's Run without throwing up.
My experience at G3 was, I'm going to say, an anomaly. It was early in the morning. I was hot. I was all dressed up like Han Solo. I had a vest on. It was like 90 degrees. And I'm wearing a stupid vest, trying to stay in character. So I'm getting overheated. And we had a rocky, go of it, where I think our up and down driver didn't get the memo that up means down and down means up. So we were crashing hard into things. So anyway, I did Smuggler's Run and did not throw up. I was even so emboldened that I went back and did it a second time.
We have conquered the Smuggler's Run. I love it. Yes, those experiences can be different from day to day.
Absolutely. I'm very pleased with that. So yes, those were some good firsts. I thought that was great. I mean, it's fun, obviously Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was a first. That ride was not open the last time we were there. It's fun to have firsts for people who go as regularly as some of the geeks do. DAS Pass was great. That was an aspect I'd never experienced and probably never will again. I mean, knock on wood, hopefully I don't need it again, but it was so great to have that option available and experience Coronado for the first time and a couple of rides and a couple of experiences.
What was your take on Mickey and Minnie's Railway?
Very good. Very good. I mean, it's not quite Rise of the Resistance. It's got the same vehicles, of course, everyone knows. I'll stay spoiler free here.
Yeah.
It was really, really exciting. There are a couple of moments in there that are almost jaw-dropping moments that I wanted to go again and see how did they do that? You know, how did that happen?
Oh, cool.
The first time when you're going through, you're just mesmerized by all of it.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it has rewritability. I think that it is fun and charming. I'm happy to see Mickey's got a ride. I mean, this, of course, is Mickey's only ride anywhere in the world. It's nuts.
Nice. I love it. All right. Now, you're such a good storyteller. Well, this is the story time part of the podcast. Do you have any good any more Pixie? You already gave us some, but have you saved up a couple stories for us?
I'll give you a couple, sure. So, you know, on that first Hollywood Studios day, right after we'd already been pixie dusted with the Mickey and Minnie Dash Pass redemption immediately, our second ride, because my parents love Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin over at Magic Kingdom, we had to try out Toy Story Midway Mania. And I think they had done it before, but hadn't really stood out to them. So we went on it. That was our second ride. And again, we're going through the back entrance and everything with my dad. This one was just a walk on that early. And we went on, but it's a special loading entrance for someone who's got a scooter, and they pull you off to the side. It's a special, you know, kind of extra piece of track. And so they take a little extra time, load us up there, and we go through, and we had a great time going through, and we get back to that same little off ramp, and it's the same cast members who loaded us up.
Yeah.
They said, would you guys want to go again? Because, you know, it's still early enough. There's not a huge line, and they know it was an effort for my dad to get loaded into the cart. So boom, right off the bat, we're getting pixie dusted again. Our second ride turned into our second and third ride. Well, wow. Kurt, while we're sitting there in the off ramp waiting to be reloaded back into the main queue, it's a couple of minutes. They actually said it'll be a couple of minutes. I don't know why. I don't know how that works, but they said a couple of minutes. I started up a conversation with the cast member who was right there, earshot from me, and I said, "Hey, we've got a few minutes. Tell me some of your secrets. What do you know about how to win this? I've done, the Galactic Hero over at Buzz Lightyear. I know that one, but are there secrets here?" He unloads for the next 3 minutes. He's telling me every secret. Now, I promised to tell some of the geeks what these secrets were. Yeah,
because I need those. I'm not going to tell Mom because I like to beat her every time. Although you beat me when we go, because you have a style of play that I could not recreate without getting carpal tunnel. Don't you just don't you just fire? Like, or do you hold what is your secret there? How do you fire that thing?
I don't know if there's any secret.
No, it's not a secret.
There. It's just like a lot of pulling of the trigger. I mean, my accuracy is probably in the 20s percentage, 30s maybe at the most. So I'm not trying to be the most accurate, but I don't really care. I mean, when you tell somebody you got a high score, you've got a high score. They're not saying, well, what was your accuracy? You know, so shoot them as much as you can. I will say that my father, when he got loaded in, you know, from that special entrance, he had a special gun which had a button on the top. So much easier.
That's
most of the time you're pulling that ring, and it kills me in my shoulder. I don't know about anything else.
I come out half numb on my shoulder.
Yeah, I got to space that ride. I got to take a half-hour break in between each.
I know. I was going to say 2 times in a row, I would have been really spent.
Yeah, third would have killed us, but yeah, it was the second one. We were all geeked up. It was the first morning. So, all right, you guys, you ready for these hints, these special tricks?
I'm ready.
This is Geekin Secrets, and so maybe this turns into a G3, kind of contest. I think so. All right, in the first room, you want to hit all of the things that are in the barn. Okay, so there's a little tiny barn in the top left or the top right, and you want to shoot everything inside of the barn and outside of the barn. There's a little rat, tiny little rat that goes around the barn and hit a couple. If you do that, the barn will flip upside down.
Wow.
And a kind of a bizarro barn shows up. Inside of that barn, there are 3 little rats, and they're hiding. They're kind of doing hide and seek. If you can hit all 3 of those little tiny rats that are inside of the barn flips back over, and a ton of 1,000-point rats pop up all over the entire scene. And you can just pick them off. Huge score in the first room. All right. Second room.
Wow.
if you hit on the volcano, this is the one with the balloons, and there's a volcano in the middle.
Okay.
If you hit all 3 cycles of the squiggly balloon. So first there'll be 1 squiggly balloon. Then there will be, if you pop that one, then 2 will show up. And if you pop those 2, then 3 will show up. If you pop the 3, then the volcano explodes. Target the mouth of the volcano right at the top, and it's 500s and thousands and sometimes little 2000s emerging out of there. Just go nuts. Pull that trigger as fast as you can and pop them before they get to blow up all over the scene. The cast member also said that there's something to do with meteors. There are little meteors at the sides. I did not have time to do that in my run, so one of the geeks can let me know. But apparently if you hit the meteors, they have 3 different, you hit it once, it's 100, once 200, 300, something like that. And then something magical happens. So let me know what happens there. But there is something with those meteors. Now in the third room, this is the plates room.
Yeah.
The secret here, this is the toughest, I think, of any of the rooms. There are 2 flying plates, one in the top left, one in the top right. You have to hit both of them on a toss. All right. So they're going to get flipped up. The one at the, maybe far from you, you want to hit that one on the way up and then run your gun back and hit the other one on the way down. If you can successfully do this, I only did it one time, then it creates a bonanza of flying 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000.
Wow.
Point plates. They just come flying at you all through the rest of the room that you're in there. So that's a huge one. I think the cast member said there's something like 150 points that you can get in that room. The nuts.
Wow.
Fourth room, there are 5 rooms. Okay, so fourth room is the aliens with the ring toss.
Yeah, they're hard.
And this was my favorite Easter egg or your treasure that happened. If you can clear all of the aliens that are in the main ship that's right in the center. So there's like a cutout of a ship and there's, I don't know, maybe 8 aliens that pop out of there like whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
If you can clear all 8 of them, and they have to all be gone at the same time because they are like whack-a-mole. If you get one early, then it comes back. All right.
Okay.
But if you clear all 8 of them while they're all still gone, the ship disappears. And it flies away, and it's replaced by a robot that opens its mouth. When this robot opens its mouth, you can, it'll stay open for like 2 seconds, and then you can just throw as many rings in there and you get the number of points that it says. So the first time it opens its mouth, it's just 100 points. So that's not, I would actually skip that one and shoot the rest of the targets. But the second time the robot opens up its mouth, it's 500. The third time it's 1,000. The fourth time it's 2,000. And you can just throw those rings in there as fast as you can.
Wow.
So you want to clear that rocket ship of aliens right at the beginning so that you get to the 2,000. If you don't clear it, if you miss it in the first run and you get it later, you might only get to the 500 or the 1,000. But that was crazy. I made a lot of points on that. I did that twice and was able to get a lot of points on that.
So he told you these secrets on the second round, and you remembered them and actually tried it.
Yeah. He
gosh.
mentioned I wasn't able to do them all, but I did most of them on that next trip through. They're not terribly hard to do. Some of them require a bit of luck. I mean, the game is a lot about getting lucky and, and getting the right target to hit the right thing.
Wow.
I didn't get the plate that first time out. That's much too hard. That happened on like the 3rd or 4th time I did it. And then I guess the final room, the bullseyes, and you just want to, this is a simple enough one. You just want to open up all the 100s, then clear if you hit the 100s, then it opens up with a fan array of 500s and 100s and things like that. If you clear that board, don't open up after you clear that, then it'll pop up with a 500, and that can open up into a fan array of thousands. But if you don't open up anything new, if you just clear that first round of things, then he said that it opens up with massive points, 2,000, 5,000, points everywhere. I did not do that. I was not able to do that one. So again, let me know what your experiences is. But those 5 different rooms, 7 different secrets, 6, 7 different secrets that you can play around with there. Guys, good luck, have fun, and I can't wait to see some of those scores. My high was only 267, even though I'd been doing 205 before any of those secrets, because you get so obsessed with doing the secrets that you stop shooting the normal stuff. So that's going to happen, I think, on your first couple of times through when you're trying these secrets. But if you go enough times, I think you learn to measure and balance, when you're going after the secrets versus when you're shooting regular targets, so you guys can get a high score. I will say that I was very pleased. My last ride on Toy Story Mania of the trip, I ended up getting best this hour. At the end, they say best this hour, best today, and best this month. So I was able to get best this hour. And it was middle of the day. Some people were saying, wait a second, if you go first thing in the morning, you're going to get best in the best this hour and best that day. Maybe if it's the first of the month, you're going to get best that month. But this was a legitimate best this hour. So I was very pleased with
I was just thinking the same word. This is legit. Nice job, Glenn. He's bringing the secrets. Huh? That's fantastic.
Only for the geek. Don't share this with your non-geek friends. Don't share this with your nerds or your... definitely don't share it with your crusher friends. I mean, definitely don't share it with them.
We'll have to write this out. I wrote out your notes on how to get on the Rise of the Resistance, and I posted them on our Facebook group. I also put it on our website too. And Glenn did a great audio. Thank you so much. I mean, I asked Glenn, can you do that audio, do an audio of your instructions on how to do Rise of the Resistance with the boarding pass? And like within 5 minutes, I think it was in my inbox. So
yeah, you caught me at a good time. That was a late podcast.
Oh my gosh, Glenn. I know this was a funny story. I did see this video when you guys were in the Olga's canteen, and you're a rotten kid to your mom.
I'm a bad boy.
You're a dirty, rotten kid, aren't you? What'd you do to your mom?
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, when do you get an opportunity to do something like this? Now, first, I should give some backstory. My mom and I are like really good friends.
Pranksters? Are you pranksters?
Yeah, we are, both of us. We're joking. I mean, once she dressed up for Halloween as me. She like put on the hat and some paint stained jeans and painted a mustache and beard on her. Like we have fun with one another. So that's kind of who we are. And so this was not like some sweet doting old lady who I'm making fun of. Like, this is my friend. This is my mom. When do you get an opportunity to surprise someone with a fuzzy tauntaun over at Olga's Cantina that they don't know anything about it? They're willing to go.
Right.
They're willing to go. They're willing to play ball and do some fun things with you. And then they don't know. So this was the perfect storm. And so I videotaped her. Well, as soon as I pulled the camera out, she knew something funny was going on. This is one of my favorite videos. I'm going to be watching that video myself for years to come, kind of remembering, because she's so adorable. I say, how's it going? What does it taste like? Because I can't ask her, like, how does it feel? I say, what does it taste like? So she's trying real hard to, describe peach and pineapple flavors, but she's saying, my lips feel like they're burning. Well, what's that all about? And so my father, he's in the booth next to us, and he gets very concerned because my drink had, I can't remember what I got, Hyperfuel or Bespin Fizz. Mine's got the bubbles that are coming from the ice, the really cold ice. That's in there. The dry ice. Yeah. So there's some dry ice in the bottom of my cup. And he thinks that they've accidentally put some dry ice in the top of hers. So he's actually getting worried. He's getting concerned. She's not thinking about that. She's just drinking it and trying to name for me the flavors. But at the same time, there's a weird sensation.
It's like numbing sensation, isn't it?
Well, exactly. And then my dad, has one of the funniest lines of all time. He's like, "What is that? Bourbon and lidocaine?" This is like classic video. They're like little internet stardom. It started right there. That was so cute. And my mom, just some classic lines here again. She's like, "I'm very suspicious of you," and like, well, you should be. I'm videotaping you. Having this funny experience. There were at least 5 times in the video where she says, "I'm not drinking this," and immediately then takes another drink off of it. So, it was just so funny. Well, all ended well. I explained to her that the fuzzy tauntaun has a numbing agent and then it would go away at some point. And then to be kind, I ordered one right after that for myself. So I was going through it with her. And yeah, I would think that if you didn't know what was happening, it is burning sensation kind of at the beginning is what you might think is happening before it feels numb. That was cute. So now none of you guys have to do that with your sweet elderly folks because I have done it for you. Live vicariously.
Don't do what Glenn does in this case.
Yeah, it was at that point that Jeff Kessler emerged as, again, the favorite son. And back down on the depth charts. Again.
You were starting to climb up until that moment.
Yeah, we were having a great time. They're such great sports.
Back to Jeff. All right. Yeah. Well, I like this other story, Glenn. I saw you. I don't know if I saw a posting. I don't know if I didn't see a video on this, but this is one of my favorite things. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but you were able to witness a surgery. That doesn't sound great on its outset at Animal Kingdom over at the Rafiki's Planetary, right?
Yeah. And this was for me very much spurred on by the Disney Plus series. It's a National Geographic show, Magic of Animal Kingdom. So if you have not watched that show before, I super highly recommend it. I love watching it with my kids. Yeah. That's kind of become a routine for us. I believe it also comes out on Fridays, like The Mandalorian. Every week you get a deep insight into maybe 3 to 5 different animals and their care at Epcot's Seas Pavilion, as well as the broader Animal Kingdom Park. Awesome. And the safari, the savannas over at the lodge. So it's a real deep dive into those animals. And I've become connected to the animals, the caregivers, the doctors. It's a little bit of fame. And so anytime you go to Animal Kingdom now or the seas, there's a lot of talk amongst the guests. Were you on that show? Is this the manatee from that show? Is this this animal, that animal that I've seen on that show? And sure enough, so many of them are. The cast members. So I had a renewed excitement for Animal Kingdom and especially for the Planet Watch, the conservation station, which is for most people, I think, not on your radar. It's not something you have to take the train out there. It's it feels like you're detached from the park. It's a big kind of commitment, I feel.
But if you're a Disney geek like us, you should put it on your must-do list.
You should put it on your must-do list. And pro tip, go early in the day. They do most of the surgeries early. In fact, most of the treatments, surgeries, and whatever they're going to be doing, they start it well before the park opens. They're doing those at 6 a.m. Okay. There are a lot of animals to care for, and this is the place where they receive that care. This is inside of the building where they do the Animation Academy. There's a window over at the side. It's kind of a rotten area now that there is more excitement and more interest in it. And I think I was talking with Amber Springer on the Facebook page, and we had thrown out some armchair Imagineering. So listen, if there's any Imagineers or anyone with any intel, listen close on this. You have got a star on your hands in this show. I'm sure it's going to get picked up for a second season, and it's going to encourage more people to want to observe the surgeries and see the doctors and the animals and stuff like that. Right now, there's only space during the pandemic for 3 families or 3 groups to be in front of this window. Everybody else is squished out to the side. It's a very narrow hallway. You can watch on television screens, but I don't know if that's quite the same experience. I was lucky enough to be one of those people in the front. But I would recommend clear out the animation experience, at least early in the days. Run it in the afternoons when they're not doing the surgeries. But early in the days, use those video screens that you already have set up there for the animation experience to live stream what's happening in the room there. You've got lots of chairs and more people, 100 people can then see what's going on and then create a Facebook or a Twitter account that updates you on how these animals are doing as time goes on. You could really build a lot of interest and excitement for not only directing people back to that part of the park, but also hitting your mission, which is care and stewardship of these animals. I felt vested in the animal that I watched the surgery. So when I arrived, this was again early in the 9 o'clock hour. It was a 9 o'clock park opening. So I did a Flight of Passage and then zipped over to to Rafiki's. And they had a black buck antelope, which is not an animal I'd heard anything about, but is a sweet little antelope, a little deer looking like animal. And it's already under anesthesia on the table. You can see that there's something wrong with its eye. It looks like its eye is kind of bugging out. So I was there as they were diagnosing. I stayed a little longer. They made a determination. You can read the expressions on the faces of the cast members in that room. Concern, awkward laughter, and then the eventuality of what needed to happen in this particular case, a surgery. They needed to cut this portion of the eyeball that had apparently broken out of the center of the eyeball. I mean, if they're a little squeamish, and they kept reminding people there will be blood. They are doing surgery on an eye, but I stayed there for 90 minutes. I didn't move from my spot for 90 minutes. There are no experiences at Disney World that I give 90 minutes to, except for
really
that's
nice unique. Dinner. Yeah.
But I was so vested in this animal. And so they kept doing it, maintaining the anesthesia. The animal would move sometimes, seeing all the attendants. They would update us periodically through a little telephone that, went out to the speaker. It was an awesome experience. It was very much like watching live, one of the shows that you would see on Disney Plus. So, and I know they do these not every day. Of course, you need an animal in distress to have that. I want to know how my little antelope friend is doing now. So,
I know.
But a wild experience and just a great experience. I would make a point. I know it's hard to not go on Expedition Everest and, Flight of Passage a million times in the safari, but if you can get over there and they don't tell you, they don't actually announce what they're doing. Not yet, because there are such limited seats. But if you can get in there, get a good spot, and just camp out, it was a great experience. I would say.
I love it. I've done that a few times myself, and yeah, I agree with you. I like the animation there too, or the drawing. Now that they have that, I would try that too.
Yeah, me too. And we've done it before. In fact, that was my plan. If the surgery wasn't going on, I was just going to do the animation experience. But, an hour and a half later, I was emotionally spent. I went and petted some of the animals that had just opened up 2 days before that you could pet animals again.
The petting zoo.
The petting zoo portion of it. That was it.
Wow, Glenn, this has been an amazing, and I knew it would be. You didn't disappoint as usual. You brought your A game once again. Is there any tips that kind of stick in your mind here for everyone? You've already given so many already. Is there anything else that you want to finish up with?
So I would probably say just to kind of remember that there are no wasted moments. There are literally no wasted moments when you're at Disney. Because I know it can feel like when you're sitting around and not doing something. I had a lot of those happen on this trip. Waiting outside of restrooms or, just moving very slowly with my folks. It kind of makes you realize, like, look around at the theming, look around at the floor, look around at the ceiling, look at the little details, interact with a guest or a cast member. That there are no wasted moments when you're at Disney. Sure, we love to plan. We love to check boxes. Us geeks, for us, so much of the enjoyment of a Disney trip is the hours and months, planning before you get there. Well, that can often lead to kind of a more, militant mindset. I'm guilty of it. I'm probably one of the worst. I'm the inventor of the Kessler run. How much can you do? How many boxes can you check? And how many rides can you go on? Experiences can you see? But experiences are around you always. And to take those kind of quiet moments, those unscripted moments, and recognize that you're not at an amusement park. You're not at a county fair. You're at a place where Disney has given some consideration to every facet of every building, of every piece of floor. My mother said at some point, it was my father who said, Glenn, son, you're the Disney expert. What do you think about the floor here being cracked? Is that Disney doing that on purpose? This was at not Animal Kingdom. This was at Toy Story Land. We were walking in, and I said, yeah, everything on the floor here has been themed. And I pointed off in the distance. I said, you see that footprint-looking shape that's 20 feet long? That's Andy's footprint. You're in his backyard. Those cracks are cracks in the drying mud that if you were a toy size, which you are here in Toy Story Land, that's what you would expect to see at ground level. All the plantings have been, specifically chosen, a lot of bamboo, to resemble grass, like an individual blade of grass. And that's how it would look at your scale. These kind of little touches are everywhere, all through the parks, the resorts, inside, outside. Just take time and look around and experience when you have what you think is an otherwise down moment. Don't just dissolve into your phone. Look around and experience all the magic that Disney has crafted around you.
Or what you did on Toy Story, waiting for the next ride around, got some of the best tips we've ever heard.
Yep, just strike up a conversation. You never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And I would want to say one more thing, and I would be remiss if we ended this episode without, really kind of taking a deeper dive on what this trip was for me. I know one of my Geekin claims to fame is that I take my children when they turn 5 on these father-son, very intimate trips. And I've said before, my trip with AJ, he's much more like how I am right now, a thrill seeker, a wild, let's do everything and ask questions later. And so my 5-year-old trip with him was fun. It was like a bonus trip for me with mini me. But my trip with Harrison was different. Harrison is much more introverted. He's very shy, doesn't like thrills or, moments to be kind of unscripted. He likes to move at a different pace. That was hard for me. When I went on that trip the first day or so, it was very difficult for me to slow down and not force him to do my things. But the beauty of that trip was that I was able to, over time, move at his pace and learn more about him. I would say the same thing happened on this trip, going the opposite direction in terms of the ages of my guests. My folks move slower. That was something that on the surface could be an annoyance. It could be something that gets in the way of, as I was saying, checking those boxes and accomplishing those goals. They were getting frustrated, that they were holding me back from doing the things I wanted to do or that they perceived I wanted to do. And I just had to remind them, I'm here for you. We're in an experience here together. And the most important thing is that we simply smile and enjoy what we're capable of doing. Don't come in with too much of a plan and be unwilling to change. Always be willing to accept what your needs and your abilities are and try to craft the best experience you can on the fly. This is why it's so important for us geeks to know the ins and the outs, the rules and and the secrets so that you can provide that to your guests when possible, but also remember to stay flexible because the things you're going to remember are not how many rides you accomplished, how many, snacks you ate. It really is the time spent learning and exploring and experiencing, with your group, whether it's your children, your parents, your friends, your spouse. Just remember to, that's the most important part of any of these Disney trips.
As usual, Glenn knows how to do the speech. What a great way to finish, Glenn. You're right. Those expectations are the most important thing. And you just, you've always brought that to us, to the podcast. We adore you so much. Thank you so much.
And of course, you create that environment here as well. You're so special to me and to all of us for creating a forum where someone like myself can feel comfortable speaking so from the heart. So thank you, Podfather, for creating a great experience. And I hope on my next trip that you're there and we're doing some crazy antics and with all the geeks in February.
I am so looking. I get this feeling, Glenn, like you had your troubles getting there this time. Don't you appreciate it so much more after it's been gone?
You and I were talking before we went on air that I'm happy to be back, right? I'm not Disney Blues. I'm thankful for the time I got to spend there.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to enjoy my life, my job, my kids, my family, all that good stuff. This is a weird time to go in the pandemic. There are different rules. We'll, I'm sure, years from now, look back, strangely enough, fondly on this time that we weathered the storms, that we found ways around it. We found ways to find joy in our lives, whether that means going to the parks or not, or living vicariously through friends and the internet. I think that, this is one of those broader, larger macroscopic moments of what I was just talking about, here. Just look around and realize how lucky we are to be alive right now. How about that little Hamilton for Travis right there? It's an amazing time to be alive. It's amazing to be alive and to have joy and love in your hearts and something that you can care about so deeply as Disney, and a forum, Kurt, that you've created for us to all feel like we are in this together, that we are one big, happy family, whether we've met one another or not. And look forward to meeting more of you. Happy to have met the geeks I did. Looking forward to seeing Dee Dee and Darby and Susan Bankstrom and the people who we couldn't. Oh, of course, I have to mention I had a great sit down with Stephanie Watson and her friend Chris at Jock Lindsay's. Some amazing stuff that she's into, and just a wonderful conversation with her, and so many great stories to tell there. So maybe we'll save that for the after credits.
Don't you make me cry, Glenn.
That's my job, I think. That's my job.
Yeah, that's Stephanie. I've met up with her too. Actually, I met her like 2 minutes at G3, and then I got a chance to spend a lot of time with her too. So thanks for shouting out to Stephanie, and don't you go away from me, all right, buddy? Stay right here with us.
You got it, man. You got it. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye, geeks.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
It's always fun having Glen Kessler on the show. He brings such enthusiasm and awesome tips for the geeks, and I'm so glad to have him as a friend. I'm looking forward to more great times in the coming year with all of our Geekin friends. The shout out this week and to close out the year goes out to you, the listeners, all of you. It seems like the theme this year has been that everyone I've brought on the podcast seems like I've been able to meet so many of you guys in the parks, or we've been on Zoom calls, and we're just so blessed with the friendships that we've made here on the podcast. And I'll tell you, there's a country song that says, you find out who your friends are. And the song is about when things are kind of going rough, like they did this year, you really do find out who your friends are. And I've been fortunate to meet a lot of friends here, and I know a lot of you geeks have met other people from the podcast, and it's one of the things I'm the most proud of and pleased with. I had a theme this year, and that was to contribute to the happiness of others. But I think this year was more about supporting each other and really try to stay positive and sane as we got through the year that the parks were closed for a big time. And hey, I want to thank all you guys who support me on patreon.com. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting our travel agents. EJ and Jennifer are good friends over at their Jiminy Society Facebook page. And Mom and Auntie Judy, we thought we were going to have a big year in the travel agency. Well, it ended up being a big year with all those things that went through. You guys just were awesome in supporting us. I'm so glad we all got back into the parks and really helped each other getting through this year. Thanks for the intro, Samantha and Wendy. That was fantastic. I love it when you guys send in your intros. You can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. If you need me for anything, you want to do a trip report, although I have lots of trip reports recorded. I got a couple more I'm going to do this week too, but I love having you guys on the podcast and sharing this Geekin family with you. Mama, Auntie Judy, and I, thank you so much for being our friends. All the support you gave us, all the support you give each other. We're looking forward to a brand new year, 2021. I'll be talking to you again next year. For now, thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a happy new year. Have a magical year. And I hope this year all our dreams come true. forget which one's what.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
That's that one. Okay. I forgot. Remember where I was. What's that noise, Mom? You eating?
Touching a piece of plastic paper on my desk.
All right, guys.
Okey-dokey.
Thanks.
We were good, huh?
Yep. 20 minutes. Wow. Okay. I got a lot of editing to do.
And you also edited in all the thing last week and I yelled at my kids.
I'm going back to my room where the pellet stuff.
Where are you?
Push my record. I got 2 recordings now.
That's well, this is a first, I think. I don't know. It's such a long podcast. We have to take a bathroom break in the middle.
I think last time we went 2 hours and I broke you up into 2. Maybe it was a round table.
I think it was a round table, but that sounds right. Yeah.
Are you all ready?
Yeah. So what did you get? Where did I start breaking up?
Well, we broke up there a little bit, but let's cover the lounges, the drinks, and that whole thing. Let's start with your margaritas experience.
Start with La Cava.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Let me know.
I'm ready.
All right. So
great job, Glenn. I think that's 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's 2 hours as I'm looking at the clock. So.
I think we break that into 2. I'm going to milk that one for 2.
It was expected. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I still have some more things that I had wanted to say. I'll just throw it in here real quick.
All right, we'll put it in the bloopers.
In the bloopers, I'll slip on a banana peel if you like here to make it more funny. But so I had a great conversation with Stephanie, but had a chance run in with Stacy Kolb. My parents and I were over at Disney Springs just real quick before I think this was before our Raglan Road, because this wasn't the first night. This must have been later. And we were in World of Disney, and someone who I didn't know what she looked like. She reached out, Glenn, are you Glenn? And I was like, yeah. So I've been interacting with you online, today, Stacy Kolb. So I hadn't met her before, but she was super sweet. Her and her husband just couldn't have been nicer. We just had a quick meet up right there because we had to head off to.
She recognized you from the podcast?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I was wearing any identifying markers, but
yeah.
Unlike Jeff, unlike my brother, who just looks like generic white guy, number 3, I'm pretty unique with the beard and the glasses, and I always wear my hat. So
the mask, maybe it's harder to recognize people too.
Yeah, and I should have had one of my Geekin masks that Sam had sent. I just find the fabric masks for me are just a little too hot. They steam up my glasses, so I have a tough time wearing fabric masks. So I go with those disposable, the blue ones. I actually ordered a black version I found on Amazon, so that'll look a little bit better. But yeah, it's tough for us folks with the glasses to avoid.
No, but that's one of my fun. That's the fun thing when someone recognizes you from our social media.
Yeah.
Things, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, the other thing I wanted to say about that meetup with Stephanie, we were at Jocks, and it was late in the day. It'd been a long day. It was like I think that was Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so that'd been a long day. No, it wasn't. It was the day before I came home. So it had been a long day. And I was really tired. I'd probably had 5 or 6 drinks already that day. Started pretty early, and so we sat down and we're chit chatting, having a great time. I ordered the Jovito Mojito so that I could get the special mug that comes with it, and I put my bag down when I got there. When I left, I grabbed my Jovito Mojito bag and walked to the bus. This was closing time. They'd already flashed the lights and get out of here.
Yeah.
It's the end of the night. So I'm on the bus holding my Jovito Mojito bag, and I think, where's my actual bag, my beautiful canvas bag that I picked up in Provence in some little beautiful town, handmade.
Oh,
it didn't have anything important, and luckily I just had sunscreen and a backup battery and things like that in it. The bag itself was meaningful to me. So, oh God, like how do you I tried to call Jocks. They don't have a phone number. It goes to the main Disney hub. There's no one picking up. It's after closing time. The Jocks is closed. So even if I got on a different bus and headed out, they're gone for the night.
So you had to go back next day.
And they don't open up until the afternoon because it's a bar. They're not open up at 9 a.m.
And you were flying the next day, right?
And I'm flying the next day. Now, luckily, I've got a late flight. I got to leave by like 6. I have to leave sharply at 6 p.m. from wherever I am to start getting to the airport. But I did my Animal Kingdom day. Oh, I should say I had filled out a report online. That's the only thing you can do is fill out an online lost and found report. So I did that, and I was waiting to hear back on email. Nothing. The whole day's going by at Animal Kingdom. So I said, all right, I got to go to Disney Springs, and I'm going to see if I can go back to Jock's and find it. So I did. It was like 4:00 when I got there. Plenty of time, 2 hours. When I go to Jock's, they don't have it. But the manager comes over and he says, I thought you might come back because it's a beautiful bag. And I was like, this is the first confirmation from anyone that it exists, that it was seen by someone.
Right.
There's no reply from the lost and found. He said, it was 10:30 last night. I took it over to the guest services. That's what we do with it. So I said, okay, great. I'm going to go over to guest services. Clock's ticking. I get to guest services, wait in line, finally talk to someone. They go look for it. Oh, because it came in last night, it's been moved over to our lost and found department. There's a window near the buses. I was like, where? All right. So I make my way over to that, get over to the lost and found. Clock is ticking. I'm over at the lost and found window. There's no line there, but I asked them where is my bag? They're looking. They can't find it. They ask me, do I have an incident report that I filled out online? Anyway, they finally track it to find out that it has been moved from that spot across the street in a larger facility that the Lost and Found holds things that came in from the day before. So the girl there, the cast member there, Sarah was her name, from Columbus, Ohio. She says, well, I can go get it. I said, well, I hate to say this, but it's now, I've got about 20 minutes left only before I need to be catching my Uber to the airport.
Yeah.
Are you going to be back in time? Kurt, she says, I will run. And I see her sprint out of the window across, and it's not a little across the street. It's beyond the parking lots, the sky bridge. She's got to go. She's got to find it in the warehouse and come back. I haven't eaten anything since 10 o'clock that morning, because I was like, oh, I'm going to Disney Springs. I'll either find it or I won't. I didn't expect all these lines at all these different lost and founds. So this is when I did Chicken Guy, because it's the only thing I think I have time for. Yeah. So I order my Chicken Guy. I wolf down the food. I run back to the window, and she is just at that point arriving back, sweating, out of breath. She literally ran.
Wow.
Literally ran to there and back for me. Some guest who lost something, and she presents my bag to me.
Wow.
I'm made whole. You better believe I gave a cast compliment to her and took her picture and everything like that. Just a special Disney thing.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
I made my flight.
I knew you had lost the bag. I hadn't heard that you recovered it, so that's a great story.
Yeah. And really because of her, I made my flight and everything like that. And got to try Chicken Guy, which was nice. So. Yeah.
Awesome, buddy.
All right, I'll let you go, man.
All right.
That was a lot. So.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the day.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Have fun today too, and enjoy your week off, and happy Thanksgiving to you.
You too. Say hi to everybody.
Will do. Love you, man.
Love you too. Bye.
Oh, you said it this time. Gotcha. You remember that's our history. Yep.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember? I said I love you the last time, like it was like a couple of years ago, and I said, love you, man. And you were like, bye.
Oh.
And you wrote me an email afterwards, and you were like, I'm so sorry. It's so awkward. And someone says, I love you, and then you don't say it back. So I love you, or something like that. So I got you this time.
Is it the Star Wars thing I'm supposed to say I know? Is that what the...
Oh, that's right. That's what you're supposed to say. That's good. That's good. But that makes you Princess Leia. No, that makes you Han. That makes me Princess Leia. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Talk soon. Bye.